What's Amaya with this new menu update?
Princess and the Bear, today we're at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort because we're springing into a new menu.
We're going to Maya Grill.
Yes, they updated the menu, and so unfortunately for us and grateful for you, we're here to try the new things so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. We're gonna grill some Mayas.
It's time to foodie and chill, and I don't believe you disparaged Maya Grill like that, sir.
I said what I said.
So we got the chip duo, and then you can add the guacamole for an extra $4. So we did that. Now, my typical thing is to dip in the salsa. This is like almost like a mole, not necessarily a salsa. And then get some guac action in there too. Their guac has notoriously not been so great. So cheers. They used to put like fruits and things on the top of their guac, and that was amazing. But now it's just basic. The salsa has a little bit too much chipotle. I like the creaminess of the guacamole, but the salsa just detracts from it. So I would just order the guacamole on its own. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 chips of guacamole. I think the option over at Three Bridges is a little bit better.
This chip duo has turned into a chip trio with the addition of the guacamole. So you have all the things one needs for a successful Mexican dinner with friends. Salsa, guacamole, and queso. Nothing else is required other than copious amounts of tequila. And then obviously you need the prerequisite friends in order for that to happen. If you don't have friends, there's really no point to go to a Mexican restaurant. You just go get sushi. Like, that just... Sushi is the ultimate solo meal. Mexican, you need friends. Tequila, shots, guac. You can eat it all by yourself, but those are friend meals. Sushi is a solo meal. Is there a point in anything I'm saying? Absolutely not. But I'm on a tangent, so I'm running with it. So back to the chips trio. Salsa, queso. Interesting. I'm going to do a little bit of salsa. As watery as it is. More like tomato salsa. There's no chunks. This thing is smoother than a bald politician. And then dip it in the queso. A little spice. A little cheese. Tasty enough to get me to listen to you, not tasty enough to get me to vote away my rights, as it should be. The salsa is the weakest part. The queso is good. The guacamole here is an own quantity. I like it better when they had a more seasonal guacamole. But honestly, amongst friends, you're going to get it, and you're going to eat it. So are we even lying to ourselves at that point? 3.5 out of 5 plus. There's those of you amongst this community that don't eat salad. And while I'm slightly judgy about that, don't feel too bad because I have a lot of my friends personally in my life that also don't eat salad. You know what? I find that to be extremely boring. I love rabbit food. That's how I got the name Rabair. And I'm going to completely continue to reference that anytime I come across a salad that strikes my fancy and ignites my whimsy. So they have this brand new roasted beet salad. You have multicolored beets in here. You have purple beets, yellow beets, pickled strawberries, a whole bed of arugula from Disney's super secret arugula bunker that's underneath the Contemporary Resort, like 13 levels deep. You cannot convince me this bunker does not exist. I'm going to make it exist strictly by spreading this rumor everywhere I can. But they're all working for this secret bunker cabal under the Contemporary Resort. This whole thing sits on a bed of goat cheese. So arugula, goat cheese, beets of multicolored, and pickled strawberries. We call this an international salad. It's given vegetable, it's given goat cheese, it's given Valentino from Disney's Wish, but his cheese and not him. The combination of the goat cheese, the strawberry, and the beet is wonderful. You're getting like this earthy flavor from the beets and then the gaminess of the goat cheese with the sweetness of the pickled strawberries. It's like it's almost like a dessert salad. It's that level of like punchy sweetness, but not so much that it feels like candy. The arugula is probably the weakest part. I would kill for some actual lettuce. Arugula is like garden weeds to me at this point. We get it so often. Is there a secret bunker underneath Contemporary Resort that houses all the Disney's arugula? Probably not. But nobody's going to confirm it for me. So until they deny it, I'm just going to continue to assume that that's what exists. Until somebody else can explain to me why there's so much arugula around this resort. I would give it a 4 out of 5 claws.
The vegetable fajita is finally made a permanent place on the menu here at Maya Grill, amongst other vegan items. The last time that we came here, I got an enchilada. That enchilada has since been removed from the menu, but my beloved quesadilla is still here with the vegan chorizo, fajita veggies. So much going on in here. I'm gonna dip it in the beans. Maybe not. Let's go. There's nothing better than a vegan quesadilla from Maya Grill. Like literally, as a vegan, if you want a quesadilla, there's nowhere else you should go. And this is no exception. This is amazing. This is divine. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princessity's item. This dish only gets better over time. I love it.
The princess and her quesadilla shan't be separated every single time we come here, even if there's something new. This is really the thing that she wants. She wants vegan chorizo, vegan cheese, vegetables, pressed hard in a tortilla. It's like a Mexican panini, but better. I have to say, if you're going to love Mexican food, respect Mexican culture. You can't want to deport everybody of Hispanic origins and hate on their food. It doesn't make any sense. Without them, you have no food. Without them, you have Taco Bell. And while Taco Bell has its time and place, true food it is not. These are the chorizo, the vegetables, the care taken and making these. I'm glad that the vegetable ones are on the menu, but like the vegan ones with chorizo and cheese needs to be an option. If you put it, we will make sure the vegans come. Just do it. Give that 4.5 out of 5 claws.
The rice and plantains is a side offering and also available on this dish. They used to do like different types of rice, chicken broth based and whatever, but now they don't. It's white rice with plantains. And the white rice consistency is a little dry. It feels like on the fork, I'm having a hard time picking it up. I will say the plantains aren't really, really nice. The rice has no business being on the plate. It's terrible. The rice is like a 1 out of 5, but the plantains are like a 4 out of 5. So I guess they balance each other out, and they're like a 3 out of 5, but I don't really think that that's fair. So order accordingly, because you can order each one of these pieces individually too. And you can also change your side for your entree. So if you don't want like rice with your quesadilla, you can do that.
I'm not a Caribbean island boy, but I respect the power of a plantain. However, in saying that, plantain is not bacon. Even bacon doesn't get this right. Putting plantains on everything is not the way. I know it's easy, but plantains can't save everything. Let's see if we can save this rice, because looking at it, just feeling it in the fork, not confidence inspiring. Unless the plantains are gonna go back in time and recook the rice, actually wash it correctly and not dry it out, overcook it, plantains ain't saving this. The betrayal in that bite is palpable. It's like we were friends, right? Like we've been friends for a long time. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't put a time frame on how good of friends we are. You invited me to my house, your house, and you're like, I'm gonna cook us dinner. We're doing whatever in rice. And then you pop microwavable rice into the microwave and decide that's something that you want to feed me. That's a little betrayal I just felt in eating that bite. That would end a friendship. It would. That rice is despicable. 1.5 out of 5 claws. It doesn't even work as like plate dressing. I would rather just had the quesadilla with no rice. That's the kind of rice you're going to feed me. So during this brand new menu revamp here at Maya Grill. They redid completely their offering of tacos. They always had tacos in the menu. It was usually like a subsection of offerings in the entree. Now they have a dedicated taco section that includes the Baja fish tacos they've always had before. But now they also have like a beef and chorizo. They have a mushroom taco. They have a pork belly taco. And then they have this one, which is the Gobernador taco. So it is a shrimp taco with roasted poblano and melted Monterey Jack cheese and a tortilla. Now, being that it was going to be a sea roach taco, it's expecting like 2 or 3 shrimp on a bunch of lettuce and a bunch of other nonsense. No, this taco is all sea roach and all cheese from tip to tip. Many times in my life, I've ordered fish tacos or shrimp tacos or seafood tacos of any kind and wish that they were this filled with seafood. Usually it's like the normal taco fixings, lettuce, tomato, cheese, a little bit of seafood. No, this is shrimp tacos and everybody else is allowed to exist in its orbit. It is nothing but shrimp and I love it. The cheese is good. The Monterey Jack gives it a certain little kick, but not like a spice. Maybe, if anything, like a 0.5 out of 10 on the heat scale. Poblano peppers give it a nice, like, smoky flavor. That is a good sea roach taco. I would give that a 4.75 out of 5 claws. Their tacos are in good hands. Is yours?
The new vegan side here at the Maya Grill is a broccoli, which we all love broccoli, but then there's a salsa matcha on top. I have pocket parm, but like I feel like I'm not gonna need it with this beautiful salsa matcha. This looks like delicious and intriguing. That flavoring is super unexpected. It almost tastes like tahini. Like it has a huge sesame flavoring in there. Very interesting. Not what I expected, but I love it. I would give it a 4 out of 5 broccoli. It is surprisingly delicious.
Somehow, some way, we always circle back to broccoli. Broccoli is the end-all, be-all, and I would say the ultimate vegetable. That is a hill I am willing to die on. Huge broccoli, nice and roasted, with a nice sauce. That is at the same time a very spicy, very nutty, very earthy sauce on top of broccoli, but I like the direction it's going. If you told me to follow it on like a journey across the world to drop it in the fires of Mount Doom, I'd follow you. 4.25 out of 5 claws. Brand new side on the menu, we have the poblano corn mashed potatoes, and honestly, why not? Roasted corn, poblano peppers, and mashed potatoes feels like the perfect fusion of home style and Mexican food. You see the roasted corn in there, a little bit of poblano, and creamy mashed potatoes. Potatoes and corn. Get it. Delightful. Okay? When I say delightful, you're getting perfectly creamy mashed potatoes with the roasted corn, a little char on it, that character that the pepper adds. This could be an entree if it was bigger. But honestly, I'd come here and just eat this. This and margaritas and maybe some table guac. It's a 5 out of 5 claws. That's on our Bears list. A 5 out of 5 for a side. Maya will do it. Maya will do it. Something that Maya Grill takes great pride in is their drink menu, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic cocktails. They put a lot of care into crafting cocktails. It's not just, an alcohol and a mixer thrown in a cup. There's care into seeing how those ingredients interact to give you something very much of the Maya. This one itself is the Llama de Kimchi. This is a rye whiskey that smells amazing, which includes a house-made spice simple syrup and apple blossom bitter. So it's an old-fashioned, like a rye old-fashioned. So I'm expecting the sharpness of the rye with a little bit of bitters and sweetness from the apple blossom? We shall see. I love they brought it out with the smoke as well. If you remember back to, I think it's Food and Wine, years ago, where we had the apple blossom orchard in Canada, where it's like all apple themed beverages and cocktails. That's where this belongs. Do not drink this beverage around negative emotions. This drink will lead you to settle every beef you've ever had with anybody you've ever known all at one time, and you will not be kind about it. But that's how strong I like my beverages. I would give that 4.75 out of 5 claws. The Maya Grill continues to improve. It's funny to think about where this restaurant started. It's one of our most hated restaurants on property.
Facts.
And now it ranks amongst our top 5 easily.
And we come here all the time because the menu changes so much, and we love the new menu, and we love the old menu, and we love all the menus.
Yes, that menu is very seasonal. They love to change it up. When they change the menu, they change the entrees, desserts, appetizers, drinks.
Yes.
And we love that.
They had 2 new desserts, and we didn't have enough stomach room for them. Also, they weren't vegan, so it would have been all bare.
They're too full. Way too full. But we want to know what you guys think, given what you've seen of the menu here at Maya Grill. Why aren't you coming here?
Yeah, we need to know, because this is like literally the best Mexican at Disney. Better than anything that you're going to get at the Mexico Pavilion, even though it is the same third-party restaurant.
I'm going to need you to explain yourselves in the comments below. Now, as always, if there's anything else you would like to see us do, the comments are always a place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Beer might eat himself into, I don't know, a Coronado sprig? What is that even?
I live in this fountain now. Throw 3 coins and I'll appear and grant you 1 wish. But you heard the girl.